Hello, fellow May-term botanist. Today I'll be talking about Amorpha canescens, also known as lead plant, downy indigo bush, or buffalo bellows. So lead plant is a really cool plant. It's a woody perennial plant that grows in prairie ecosystems, which is like, whoa, I thought that prairies only had herbaceous plants and not woody shrubs, which is what I thought until I discovered this plant. But yeah, lead plants actually do grow in prairie ecosystems, and they can be a good indicator to show whether or not your prairie is a healthy ecosystem or not. Yeah, so I'm going to show you a few lead plants that I have planted in my yard. They're really teeny tiny, but hopefully someday, maybe in like 10 or 20 years, they'll be maybe 3 feet tall and have these beautiful purple flowers to attract pollinators. Here I'll show you a couple of my lead plants. I have some that aren't showing any growth for this year yet, like this one, but I also do have some that are showing a little bit of growth. So as you can see, they're very, very small. I think, yeah, they're only 2 years old, maybe. Here's another one that is doing really well. You can see a little bit that they have compound leaves. And there's this one where you can see just some leaf buds that are starting to come up. They're a little reddish. You can see them, these little spots right here too. But yeah, these are my lead plants. Very exciting. Here's some botanical information about Amorpha canescens. This is the first lead plant that I saw ever. It was last year, and the leaves are super soft. I saw this in a savanna ecosystem, and as you can see, it's pretty short. Doesn't really come up higher than these grasses that are here. Yeah. So one of the reasons that these leaves are really soft is because lead plant has these short hairs on the leaves, the stems, seed pods, basically all over the plant, that are lead colored. They're grayish white, and this is one of the reasons that it gets its name, the lead plant, because of these lead colored hairs. Another reason that I've heard that it gets its name lead plant is because of its extensive root system. As you can see, it can grow up to 15 feet deep or even deeper. And so the story goes that when the homesteaders were plowing up prairies, when they would come up to a lead plant, it felt like they were literally trying to plow through lead because of the extensive root system that it has. So here you can see, here's the turf grass in our yards, and then this is the lead plant's roots. Another couple cool things about the roots of the lead plant is that because they are in the Fabaceae family, they also fix nitrogen. And because of the extensive root system, this plant can recover from fire really well. It is also really great to plant for erosion control because of the root system. So here's a little bit about the flowers. So they are spikes, as I mentioned, that flower from the bottom up. They have these bright orange stamens. And this bee right here is Andrea quintilis, which is an oligoledge of the lead plant, which means that this solitary nesting bee pollinates only the lead plant. So the lead plant is really important for pollinators like this one, and also other solitary nesting bees. It gets pollinated by bumblebees, honeybees, and other bees that are not solitary. So Native Americans, a lot of Native Americans used lead plant. They made tea out of the leaves, and they sometimes used the tea as medicine for pinworms, rheumatism, eczema, open wounds, cuts, and they also called the lead plant buffalo bellows because the lead plant flowered at the same time that the buffalo were in rut, which means that they're mating. And when buffalo are mating, they bellow and make a lot of noise. So this is another name for the lead plant. So I hope you enjoyed learning about lead plant, and if you have questions, please leave them in the comments below.